has shrunken. Shrink. It has shrunk. So now I'm gonna be moving on to, that's the right word, right? Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna remember filming this part of the video. Chemo brain. Hey y'all, it's Lauren. Welcome back and welcome to another video of a part of my little mini series I'm coming out with this week. Today we're going to be talking about chemo brain and what it is, how to cope with it, and tools that you can use to help you deal with it because it's annoying. So if you want to learn more, then just keep watching. Okay, so what is chemo brain exactly? Chemo brain is a common term used by cancer survivors to describe thinking and memory problems that can occur during and after cancer treatment. So essentially, chemo brain is just a sense of mental fogginess that can happen during and after chemo treatment. So from my personal experience with chemo brain, I had a lot of fogginess and memory loss, short-term memory loss, not like long-term memory loss or anything. When I would have conversations with my friends in the hospital, I wouldn't really remember any of them. And I would have to be reminded of the conversation and I'd be like, oh, I kind of remember that, but not really. I had a lot of visual memory loss too. I would be just scrolling through Instagram in the hospital, liking pictures and stuff, and then I'd come home and I'd go through my feed and be like, I don't remember seeing that picture or liking it, but okay. So it's honestly really weird, and a couple times I got kind of freaked out by it because it's kind of crazy how chemo can affect your brain like that, where you can have memory loss and where you can experience such fogginess that you don't recall like visual memories or conversations and stuff, and it can be very annoying and very frustrating. I also experienced confusion and I had difficulty concentrating. I remember I'd get frustrated too because I would lose my train of thought and I would have a really hard time explaining things or like telling stories to people, and I'd have to stop in the middle of it and recollect my thoughts and stuff. So that was a little frustrating too. Those are just some of my personal experiences with chemo brain. So I'm going to go through a list of symptoms of chemo brain. So if you're experiencing any of these, just know you have chemo brain. Symptoms include being unusually disorganized, confusion, difficulty concentrating, difficulty finding the right word. Like I said, I would have trouble explaining situations and stories and stuff, and I couldn't find the right word. Difficulty learning new skills, difficulty multitasking, feeling of mental fogginess, short attention span. I've always had a short attention span, but it was even worse with chemo. The short-term memory problems, taking longer than usual to complete routine tasks, trouble with verbal memory such as remembering a conversation, trouble with visual memory such as recalling an image or list of words. So I experienced quite a lot of these, and if you're experiencing them throughout treatment, know it's totally normal and eventually it will go away. For me, my chemo brain has gotten a lot better. Obviously, I've regained my visual memory and remembering things, but I still have trouble explaining things, like telling stories. Sometimes I lose my train of thought and I kind of have to think harder about it a little bit. But like I said, chemo brain can last even after treatment. So it's totally normal and it takes a while for your body to get back to normal. One thing I am a little worried about in the future is my learning skills. I have not been back to school since my treatment ended. I took a gap year and didn't go to school when I was going through treatment because I was diagnosed 3 days before I was supposed to start college, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I'm planning on going back to school in the fall. I'm going to a university that I absolutely love, and it's kind of close to home, but it's not too close to where I'll have that space, but if I want to come home I still can, you know? It's like a good balance. I'm a little worried and anxious to see if my learning has been affected by chemo because I'm just not sure. So the next thing I want to talk about is how to cope with chemo brain and some things you can do to help you remember things as well. So the first thing you can do to just kind of help you overall when you're going through treatment is make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. It is so crucial for your body to get enough sleep at night when you're going through treatment because your body needs plenty of time to rest and heal, and it helps your brain just kind of rejuvenate throughout the night so you feel refreshed the next day, and that can help because if you're tired, obviously you're not going to be able to think well anyway, and on top of having chemo brain, if you don't get enough sleep during treatment, it can make it even worse. So just make sure you're getting enough sleep at night. The second thing you can do to help cope with your chemo brain is to use a planner or an organizer and write stuff down that you want to get done that week, and just kind of have your days planned out just in case you forget and your chemo brain gets the best of you, and you can look back at that and be like, okay, that's what I need to do this day, that's what I need to do the next day, and so on. The third thing goes along with the second thing, and you can make a daily list of things you want to complete, tasks you want to complete, and just reminders of things that you need to remember throughout the day. You can just take a notebook and write down important things that you need to remember. In case you forget, you can go back to that list and kind of refresh your memory. I really can't think of anything else. I mean, for me, I just kind of dealt with the chemo brain, but if I knew about these tips, I probably would have applied them more to my daily routine during treatment. I hope this video helped you guys out if you're dealing with chemo brain. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and if you have any tips you want to share of how you're dealing with your chemo brain, share them in the comments, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another video like this one. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you next week. Bye!